The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D-E Tepwakuin in the place to be reviews right here with all of you, the Fandom Menace, People's Champion in the house, Wednesday, going rogue. I am joined by an amazing panel this evening. Thank you for joining us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're not. You're here with me, and I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce my co-host first. He is Mr. Tony ToneDef.
Should I try it on mute again?
Yeah, why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the owner of the worst channel on YouTube and commander to the Legion of Deaf Heads. It is the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded Tony ToneDef rocking with you. I want to welcome one and all to the place to be reviews. Wednesday, we're going rogue, and I'm just happy to be here. We've got a great panel. We've got a great audience in the chat. And I'm looking forward to some great conversation.
Thank you, sir, as always, for being here, man. I appreciate it. Next on our list, he is no stranger to Wednesday nights here on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I speak of the Don of 2 Cents Toys. Give it up for Salvador.
Probably unmute my mic, huh? So, hello, salutations. It's me, Salvador. I'm the owner, proprietor, main idiot in charge of 2 Cents Toys, and I yield the rest of my time to our guest.
Well, thank you, sir. And without further ado, let me give it up, making his debut on the Place to Be Reviews, Mr. M. Dastardly.
Hello, everyone. Hail, ETEP. Thanks for having me. Now, the newest upcoming member has no idea what to say in this intro. Literally flying by the seat of his pants, but I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And like I said, we kind of connected over on a Machiny 90 stream on Sunday. We did a little Batwoman stream. They, all these artists are drawing. I'm just sitting there rambling, of course, because I have no artistic ability whatsoever. If I could use words to draw a picture, I'd be fine with it. But I can't draw to save my life. So there's that. But no, man, I figured I was like, I have to have this guy, and he's an interesting dude. I want to have him on the channel. So yeah, here we are going rogue on Wednesday night. Keely Chow's in the chat. Nano Reaper's up in here. Says, yo, I'm here. I'll be right back. All right, Nano Reaper. He's probably going to repossess Dave Filoni's Walmart cowboy hat because he said you cannot wear that hat, Dave. And Tony
sued him.
Oh, man.
Not to take your own words and twist them into my own joke, because we know how we feel about people who rip people off.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a huge missed opportunity for a B movie called like The Grim Repossessor, where it's just like a Grim Reaper who doesn't like take souls, but he's like, Dave, you're behind on your car payments again. And just like repossesses people's shit.
Watch that. I would definitely watch that.
That'd be a great fucking comic.
Just wallows in his own self-pity because he's like, I used to take souls of the underworld. Now I'm taking your Ford Fiesta back.
and making bank as a gold chain.
Hell yeah.
What about a Jewish Grim Reaper that just makes you feel guilty? Like, why do you really even need that car in the first place?
The Jewish Grim Reaper, he'd be hunting these guys down.
Oh, look, Joe's feeding them pennies.
Oh, somebody take
I love that joke. My people are a constant source of amusement to you, aren't they?
I don't know, man. I've been doing enough Passovers to know that I love salty eggs now.
I know. I started
making about that, man.
Started making latkes.
Best damn egg I ever ate.
Damn sodium. No, we've got a great show for you guys tonight. Yeah, thank you. Adam Shawhan is in the chat. Super fan Adam Shawhan is in the chat, ladies and gents. He's with the Wiener Dog Clan. He's here. So we're gonna jump right into holy shit news. The first story is it's great. Facebook friend request goes really bad. Quote, accept my friend request or I'm going to murder you. December 31st, a North Dakota man threatened to kill a former coworker and then kicked in the victim's front door after he failed to accept a friend request on Facebook, according to court records. You know, I've had people leave my my friend request out in limbo, leave messages unread for months at a time. Hell, I've done that to people. But that's just because I probably don't want to talk to you if I leave you unread. You know, this is just kind of funny. This is like, remember that movie Unfriended that came out a couple of years ago? If you don't, it's all right. Nobody else does anyway. But this just sounds like a bad spin-off of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to add to that one, man. Like, love me or I'll kill you. Okay. I think there was a Korean soap opera named after that. But who knows?
That seems to fit. That seems to fit.
I feel like they could really take that and spin it into like a more contemporary Cable Guy.
Yes.
Tim Carrey.
That would be fantastic. The Cable Guy is a great movie, honestly. It's a gem. It's a hidden gem.
Yeah, there's some of my friends here, then the YouTube, Facebook sphere and all that. I worry about them because they got some like Cable Guy level stalkers. Like every once in a while I hit them up. I'm like, hey, you didn't get like a new sound system for free, did you?
Custom karaoke machine with the deluxe THX quality sound that make George Lucas cream in his pants.
That's right.
Tony, you got anything on this one, man?
Man, it sounds like an episode of South Park gone bad. Just like accept Stan's grandma's friend request.
I love that episode.
Yes.
That was one of the best episodes.
Yeah.
So we're not friends, Stan?
No, we're friends. We're friends, Dad, but just not on Facebook.
That was like the height of Farmville too. That was such a weird time to be alive. Yeah. It really was. Just Facebook games. People would get mad at you for not like watering their fucking crops and shit. I'm like, you do know these are virtual, right? I'm glad I never got into that. And I remember people were making like real life decisions. My buddy's mother-in-law was on a fixed income and she came to him for $20 at one point. And he's like, well, I don't mind lending you the money, but I mean, what happened? Well, I bought a tractor on Farmville. Damn. Like, wow. You didn't think food first or? I bought a tractor on Farmville. Can I have money for groceries now? Like, that was some real life consequences. Like, you better be watering them crops. I'm fucking telling you, dude. You're gonna have no food. That's savagery right there.
Oh man. Well, I mean that sort of falls into the whole gaming thing with the loot crates or the
yeah.
I mean, especially like, is it classified as gambling at that point? Well, I would say yes. Some people would say no, but if that money was just like, I just want just $20 for a fake tractor, now you can starve and look at your fake food and your fake crops. Like, okay.
I am not a fan of the loot boxes at all, but I mean, what would be the difference between buying a loot box in a video? Because I hear gambling and I can see that point of view, but also what would be the difference between buying a pack of Pokemon cards, hoping you're going to get that rare card, or baseball cards?
The key difference would be that when you buy Pokemon cards or baseball cards or gachapons or claw machines, you have the chance of owning something. Like with real gambling, you have monetary value to gain, potentially. Loot boxes, it's like
zeros and ones.
Right. You can't physically own it.
Yeah. It's nothing tangible.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I just got my first quote unquote new gaming system in 18 years, and it's an NES classic. So I haven't had to deal with there's no loot boxes on a PlayStation 2 or an N64 or a Sega Genesis. So I'm kind of lucky there. You
I
know,
think this, I think The Simpsons kind of gave us an example of what this was going to be. Millhouse, they're shoveling 40 quarters into the Waterworld arcade. Takes one step, game over. Please insert 40 quarters. What a ripoff! Starts putting quarters back in. So Simpsons were my thing growing up, so that's my call to for most
no,
anything.
no, that's fine. I haven't watched The Simpsons in so long.
Seasons 1 through 12. That's where I draw the line. No more.
Yeah, the older ones seem to be like that. That's it. Like any of the newer stuff, it's not good. It's not good to me. I don't know.
The trauma blocked it after that. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I've tried to watch it, and it's just like, eh.
Well, you're stronger than me, man. So they're like, oh yeah, we can't have a poo on the show anymore. I'm done. Cancel.
Yeah, I have, and I posted a video of it in the World Class Bullshitters group a couple years ago. I have a Apu Burger King toy from The Simpsons still, and he says, "Please, I'm gouging as fast as I can," and it still works perfectly. I'm like, I love this thing. I'm like, I will never let this go. I used to sit on my desk at work, and it was especially funny when I would have like the rare occasion I would have an Indian customer come in. They recognize him right away. I mean, most of them, nobody was offended by it. You know what I mean? But if you really think about it, Apu was not like a negative stereotype of Indians.
No, man, he was
a
hard worker.
He was a hard worker. He took care of his family. He never got in trouble. He was paying his bills. Apu was a good guy.
Yeah, I like the one that's like, is it true that you once worked 96 hours straight? It's like, oh yeah, man, it was terrible. Let me tell you. And by the end of it, I thought I was a hummingbird of some sort.
See, man,
I miss the classics.
See, that's the problem. It's like Family Guy. Family Guy used to be fun. It used to be fun. I love Family Guy back in the day, and it just like it's unwatchable to me now. It's like, I don't know. I don't watch South Park anymore either for that reason. I was just like, I quit after like PC Principle, but that's a whole nother side tangent. So the next
strong woman contest, that was one that I had me in stitches, man.
I haven't seen that yet. I've heard about it though.
I won't spoil anything. Just please,
it sounds hilarious. Let's see. Strong contender already emerges for 2021 Mugshot of the Year crown. And I am going to share the screen on this one because it's a picture. It has to be seen. So here we go. Ready for the Mugshot of the Year. Bam, there we go. Meet Tyler Jonathan Cribbs. The 28-year-old, you guessed it, Floridian, was charged yesterday with robbing an acquaintance of his wallet and phone. Words are hard. According to a probable cause affidavit, police allege that Cribbs accosted the victim last month as the man exited his residence in Astor, a community 40 miles west of Daytona Beach. The 37-year-old victim told the cops Cribbs reached into his pants pocket and stole his belongings. Why was the guy letting him go in his pockets to begin with? I mean, I guess I'm Peter Paul. That's between y'all, but yeah. I mean, I don't make it a habit of reaching into, other guys' pockets.
How close did these acquaintances? Is it supposed to be in quotations?
Yeah. Are we missing context here?
Well, I heard Debo died, and there were some big shoes to fill. So
this guy was trying. He was like, "Fuck it, 2020's over. Debo's gone. I'm gonna do this." He had a disguise on and everything. Look at this guy. Well, here's a good one. The victim said that Cribbs subsequently threatened to burn his house down, and I told him that every time he sees him, he is going to take everything he's got. That he is Debo.
Why is his mugshot the story here? It's like the least impressive part of all this.
I know. And I mean, did this guy, like his acquaintance, have money or something? Because I mean, you don't want to try to bleed a turnip. I mean, you at least got to rob one of your boys that's got some loot, I guess, if that's what you're doing, if that's your thing. The victim, who said he's known Cribbs his whole life, added he has been robbed by the defendant previously as well. Oh, no.
You don't get any sympathy from me at that point. It's like,
No.
oh, man, here's Cribbs, probably high on permanent markers again. And yeah, I hope he doesn't rob me today, too.
See him coming around the corner. Here's Cribs. Hide your shit. I'll just tuck my chain in.
I'll just chuck my, yeah.
I'll just tuck mine in. What you got on my drink? Nothing, Cribs. I ain't got nothing. Cribs is riding his bike up. Hey, man, Cribs, pop on me ass for the bike back. You know, the beach cruiser. You know, it's like it's both ours. Oh, God. Let's see. Locked up on $8,500. Wait, here we go. Along with a felony robbery count, Cribs is also charged with theft, a misdemeanor upon being located by cops Sunday. Cribs allegedly resisted officers and found in possession of methamphetamine, leading to the filing of additional charges against the 5'7", 230-pound Daytona native. He's a stocky little shit.
Yeah, man. I was just saying, it's low to the ground.
5'7", 230. What is he, fucking Rhino or fucking like Ram Man from He's like Ram Man from He-Man.
Yeah. He doesn't look that stocky in this picture.
He might be wearing it around his waist. He might have a belly.
Yeah, I guess his neck is a little fat now that I'm looking.
He's built like Randy from Trailer Park Boys. Fucking Randy over there with his big fucking cheeseburger like her gut. Let's see here. Cribs, whose rap sheet includes convictions for possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting, driving without a license, has the words King and Size tattooed on his knuckles in the style of Night of the Hunter. I don't know what that is. He also has perfect inked on his arm and imperfection on the other. So
the imperfection tattoo is underlined.
is the imperfection one on his non-fapping arm? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, he's having a 50-50 day, so he's using both hands.
It's switch and gain a stroke. As for the Snidely Whiplash mustache seen in Cribs' latest booking photo, it appears to be the kind of ephemeral Sharpie work that's usually created when the human canvas is passed out on a couch. He got mad because somebody drew a Snidely Whiplash mustache on him, decided to go rob his boys. Like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go rob my man.
I think he's more upset at the fact that he has to wear it.
What's that sound?
No, it's all good, man. I was going to say, I think he's more upset about the fact that he had to wake up with a fucking chin strap.
Yeah, that's kind of a... yeah, I don't know, man.
But that was a thick permanent marker, too. That wasn't like one of them Sharpie fine points.
No, that was one of the big ones.
Yeah, exactly. That was some construction style permanent marker.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, he's definitely the creme de la creme of humanity. Let's see, number 3. Ex-con said MDMA stash was bags of brown sugar and cornstarch after police found a scale in bags containing white and brown substances in his backpack. A Florida man claimed that he was carrying a bag of brown sugar and a bag of cornstarch to bake a cake. Oh, he was cooking all right.
Well, I mean, at that point, if you know you're screwed, you might as well try anything, man. Hail Mary pass. I'm just baking a cake, and I like to divvy up the sugar and cornstarch into equal packets of equal size and weight.
And then go to the smoke shop and get some little baggies and sack it up.
Yeah, and his name is Jethro Genius. He's 30. This is Jethro here. Yeah, I love it. You just expect more from a genius.
Oh, that's cold.
That's cold as ice, Charlie Murphy.
Cold as ice. Slap.
What did the fire fingers say to the face, Jethro? Oh, God. So, yeah, Jethro, let's see. He had, however, a field test revealed the substances, which weighed a combined 2/3 of a pound, contained ecstasy, in addition to a narcotics trafficking count. Genius was charged with introducing contraband into a detention facility after he allegedly dropped a bag of meth while in custody at the county jail. His rap sheet includes convictions for burglary, marijuana possession, providing a false name to the police, resisting, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was released from state prison in March of 2020 after serving 5 years for burglarizing a Fort Pierce home. Cops discovered Genius hiding under a bed in the residence, while his accomplice was found in possession of a Dora the Explorer bag, which was intended to be used to carry purloined items. So Jethro the Genius has a long history of stupidity.
Oh yeah, that's just not fair, man.
No.
It's almost like we're utilizing the Trailblazer backpack. You know, it's like, yeah, we can take anything that we need out of it, put anything in, like cornstarch and brown sugar.
Look, if the dealer is out there listening tonight, did you ever expect to grow up and sell a third pound of MDMA to a man named Jethro? And if you, I mean, don't you think you should rethink your life? That's who I'm. Jethro Genius, he's a lost cause, but the dealer, I want to talk to you, man. Isn't it time to make a change? I don't know.
You need to raise the bar up a little, man. All right, I know
I'm
that it's
just
hard
trying
down there. Just shove it up a few notches.
I'm just saying, like, I could never see myself in a position in life where I'm moving weight to someone named Jethro. I don't know.
Jethro Genius. Jethro Genius. And yeah, he just keeps getting caught.
I guess so.
Well, I mean, especially that, like, serving 5 years, gets out in March 2020. I mean, that's, you know, it's like, you know, the Chappelle show when he's like, oh yeah, man, he uses racial stereotypes to tell the future, and he's like, oh yeah, man, I'm seeing you. You're getting out of jail. You're walking out the front door, man. You're a free man. You're a free man. Oh, hold on a second. It's 3 months later. You're going right back into jail for the same shit. Thank you for calling.
T.I. Yes.
He had me all filling him with that album. He's like, I turn my head to the left. Yeah. Anyway, he ends up going to jail and then gets like a reduced sentence. And was like, yay. And his ass went right back like 9 months later. Like,
More
damn,
gun. It was gun charges too.
Yeah. Like, I'm not buying your next album, man.
I'm not paying your bail, Holmes. And am I the only one? Can I point out the elephant in the room? Jethro's. How many times have you met or seen or heard of a black guy named Jethro? I mean,
it's like Jared.
Yeah,
the only Jethro I've ever encountered was on Beverly Hillbillies. And that was it. I've never met anyone with that name.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there was there's Jethro Gibbs on NCIS too, Mark Harmon.
Oh, yeah.
But man, that is just, oh Lord, it's funny. It's I can't deal with it. Jethro, the Genius.
I mean, let's forget about the drugs. That's what I'm saying. You know somebody named Jethro. Shouldn't you be rethinking your life?
I mean, you're selling ecstasy on top of that.
Where was this again?
This was in, let's see, Florida, of course.
Okay. Surprise.
And I used to have an entire segment on my radio show when I was in FM where I used to bag on people from Florida. I mean, but they all made it so easy. There's always these stories, these outlandish, insane stories, and they're all from Florida.
Yeah.
But damn.
Well, I mean, you can usually just read the first 2 to 3 sentences of any of these news reports, and you'll usually figure it out that it's probably going to be Florida. If it's man on drugs, arrested naked, and sex with a mailbox, you're probably in Florida.
Right? It's that, or, you know, somebody doing something illicit with an alligator.
Oh, man, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Man breaks into another man's house to suck on his toes. Tells police, you let me go and I'll just go and suck on more toes. That is what, like, man, oh man, like, that's, I don't know, where do you go from there?
I don't know. Like, can you imagine being you'd be afraid to be that dude's cellmate? Like, I mean, I'm not afraid of him shanking me. I mean, this dude's like sucks on other dudes' toes. I don't want to deal with that.
Like, yeah, you wake up to that. It's like, well, I mean, it could be worse. We are in jail.
I mean, I guess if the worst thing that's the worst thing that happens, I mean, so be it. But I mean, I'm not saying I want that to happen, but yeah, out of the litany of other things that could transpire during the course of an average day while incarcerated, I think that'd be pretty easy.
That's just too much. Too much, man.
Oh God! Speaking of too much, and somebody in a story that really shits the bed, let's talk about Amber Heard and Amira spinoff from Aquaman, shall we?
Why? Not you, but I mean, like, who comes up with this shit, man? It's like, it doesn't. Yeah,
I know. I don't want to do a screen share because I'm having some issues over here. So I'll just kind of read through it a little bit here. And this is from Bounding into Comics. Today, this is JB Augustine. Rumor, Mira spinoff starring Amber Heard could be coming to HBO Max. Before I get into this, how familiar are you guys with the proceedings with her and Depp and everything going on right now?
Going on right now, not very familiar at all. The last I'd heard was the Sun over in the UK were basically acquitted, and that was like the last thing I heard. Okay.
Well, now there's a whole nother to do over the way that she spent her money or I don't know. There's a whole bunch of still with all this crap with her. Why would Warner Brothers continue to employ her and put her on these projects? I mean, is there any feasible? She's not even a star. Like I always said, Amber Heard, the only reason she's famous is because she was with Johnny Depp. And number two, she's like, when you say, Mom, can we have Scarlett Johansson? And your mom's like, we have Scarlett Johansson at home, and it's Amber Heard sitting at home, squatting on your bed, just laughing and grunting one out. That's she's discount Scarlett Johansson to me.
Dollar store special.
Yep. That's it. Like you bought her at the 5 and dime.
I mean, I haven't been following. I don't follow celebrity news too closely. I do know that there was some outrage recently about what was going on with the court proceedings, but I based on what I've heard from her, she sounds like a positively despicable human being. And the fact that she was also trying to get with Elon Musk, and I'm glad that he kicked her away as soon as he did, because she would have set human space travel back 40 years at the minimum. At the minimum, if she had actually had somehow gotten any sort of legal standing over him, it would have been horrible to see. So I'm glad she's in the space that she is now, and that SpaceX is doing as well as it is, and that she didn't screw over the entire human race. Ever.
As soon as they got to zero gravity, everybody else looking around the cabin, and there's a turd floating around. It's like, Amber, God damn it!
Exactly. Yeah. We don't need that.
No. Her and Elon Musk, she would be terrible for him. She would ruin him in like a month.
Exactly.
I don't know how Johnny Depp put up with her for that long.
I think he was probably just scared to leave. That's usually how these things go.
He's not a very big guy either. And it's funny. It's like, I find the older Johnny Depp gets, the more bracelets he acquires. It's like, how many pieces of flair can Johnny Depp fit on his arms?
That would have made a good cutaway in Family Guy.
He did. He wears like 90 bracelets. I swear to God. It's hilarious.
It's like rings in a tree for him.
How old does Johnny Depp count the bracelets? It's the same way you age a pine.
Yeah, that dude is like all the way from his wrist all the way up to his armpit and down the other side.
It's funny too. It's like some of those tribes put the rings around their necks and stuff like that. Like Johnny's are on his wrist. That's the Depp tribe. He just has them on his wrist.
I feel like he saw a picture of like a middle schooler from like 2002, 2003, saw all the jelly bracelets, was like, I'm gonna bring that back.
He's not, I'm sure he's guilty of being, he's a Hollywood actor. He's probably eclectic, a bit weird. But to be in that profession that long and play the roles that he has, I mean, he's a method actor. So, he's an odd duck anyway. But yeah, Amber Heard is just a despicable person. You're absolutely right. So for an HBO, what's it? Warner Brothers just re-signed Walter Hamada, the president of Warner, signed a extension through 2023. So that was so he's
Yay.
yeah, you know.
I'm just like licking up Ray Fisher's tears right now.
Yeah, you know, that's it. We don't have Kryborg now.
I don't want to get into it, but man, yeah.
Well, no, that's fine. Before we get into this, we can talk. Go ahead.
I don't want to. We don't discuss certain things on this channel, so I just don't want to get too into it. So I'm just gonna say that Ray Fisher had valid complaints about Joss Whedon and the way it was responded to. And I don't know the whole story, but I do know every job has some bullshit to contend with, and not everything has to do with your inherent traits. You complained about Joss Whedon, and they responded with an investigation, which, where is Joss Whedon now? And just the way he responded after that, I don't know. It was just, you know, it's what Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers always says. You give them an inch. You just give them an inch, and they keep taking. So, I mean, I don't know. At this point, I'm on Warner Brothers' side of this little... Sorry, I didn't mean to get into all that. It's just...
No.
He really reminds me of somebody. I'll talk to you about it off the show.
Okay. But yeah, I understand what you're saying about Fisher, because I covered this when it started, you know, because I was kind of like on his side a little bit at first, because I'm like, you know, I'm like, and Whedon, we know what Whedon is. Whedon's a virtue signaling male feminist who only became a male feminist because he was cheating on his wife with Eliza Dushku while they were doing, Dollhouse, you know, and she was with Rick Fox, who played for the fucking Lakers at the time, and she's banging some short little fat white dude named Joss. And you know, so fucking Joss Whedon is a douchebag. All right. He's a douche, you know, but Fisher, you know, his allegations at first, you're like, well, okay, there might be some validity to this. And then it's like when he went to Hamada and asked for the investigation and they granted him, Fisher didn't cooperate with the investigators, a third party neutral, you know, investigator, and he wasn't cooperative with them. So then that's when I went where you are. I'm like, I can no longer support this guy. It's like, you wanted the investigation. They're
trying to help you.
Yes. And you're being uncooperative, which leads me to believe you're full of shit.
And a side note, in a very, very cutthroat business of who's who are you? You know, you're Ray. This is like your first major production, and they're rolling out the red carpet trying to help you.
Yep. Just
a few years ago, I mean, they would have told you to get fucked.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It's just like, who are you to, you know, is this what you want to be known for? Because one thing that's not going to change in Hollywood is if you're difficult, you're not going to work with you.
No.
They will find a reason.
No, and that's it, man. And that's he's pretty much going to be blackballed now, you know.
Didn't I say that on Monday?
Maybe.
I was like, we brought him up or something. I made the quip. I was like, if he keeps acting the way he does, he's not going to have any work.
All credit to Sel.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and they even said today, they announced they're just scrubbing the character from the Flash movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like completely scrubbing him from the Flash movie. So Kryborg is gone, you know, he's out. Yeah, it is, man. It's sad to see, you know, because he's a younger guy, you know, he could have had, you know, a hell of a nice run as this character, but yeah, and now you don't because you were an asshole, basically, is what it amounts to. And to bring that back to Amber Turd, a Mira spinoff. I'll go through a little bit of this. It says, it seems like every DC character and their mother is rumored for a show or a spinoff film property on HBO Max. The streaming service needs the content as well as the star power that comes with it. Well, right there, Amber Heard's not a star. The only thing, the majority of people only know her from Aquaman or this trial with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that, honestly. Yeah. I didn't know who the hell she was.
The only other movie I can honestly remember her being in outside of Aquaman is the Rum Diaries with Johnny Depp, which was a loose sequel to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I never saw it, but I do remember hearing that. Yeah, the Rum Diaries was Hunter S. Thompson related.
yes. Yep. I watched it. I was like, okay, it wasn't as good as Fear and Loathing in my opinion, but you know, I love that. But you know, Fear and Loathing is another animal altogether. But it says this the other side of that is where and in what form the speculated Mira spinoff Aquaman starring Amber Heard will land, and reading the tea leaves or following the movements of and logic of Warner Media lately, tipster Daniel Richtman may have our answer. In a report on his Patreon, Richtman claims Heard might star in an HBO Max series following the further adventures of Mira. There's not much confirmation on this scoop, so wait and see while taking the adequate pinches of salt. I don't understand why they just don't recast her if that's what they want to do, you know? It says, while it's not awfully far-fetched, you can make a drinking game out of rumors dropping that hint Warner is discussing such and such a character for HBO Max and so is going to be in it. And saying that, the reality is the studio level Warner appears reluctant to let go of Amber Heard because they want Mira to be the next Wonder Woman. Not having enough PG-13 heroines, they want to catch up to Marvel and Disney's robust roster of fierce female and brave princesses. So that's why they're reaching for this as identity.
Oh man, would it not be just fair to say, could 2021 be the year of fan representation? Since 2020 was all about, oh, we need more representation, more representation, more representation. What about us? What about the people that have been fans for 30, 40, 50 years? I mean, is it so hard to ask for it, man?
Exactly. Where's the demand for these? Like, even someone did mention this a few weeks ago. We were talking about the DCEU and Batman versus Superman, and maybe they would have placed it somewhere else other than right after Man of Steel. But even when they announced that, it was kind of, I mean, that's cool, but where's the demand for it yet? You know, they announced these, and it's not Star Wars or Disney. I mean, they all announced these projects. Like, you would never, no one even thought about that. It's just not entertaining. The Resistance cartoon, and now the other one, the High Republic, you know, that's in the same category as this Mara, at least in my opinion. Like, I don't care what Aquaman, I barely care about what Aquaman is doing, much less his girl. Like,
yeah,
no, exactly.
She's not that interesting. Oh, sorry, Mark.
No. Please go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say she's not that interesting. She really wasn't in you know, the Aquaman movie, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Aquaman was Black Panther underwater. It basically was. You know, there's some subtlety and some nuance to it, but it basically is the same story. I enjoyed, that being said, I enjoyed Aquaman. I like Jason Momoa. He's a likable, relatable guy. To me, I do. He just, you know, he's kind of a dude, bro, but he's, you know, he seems like an all right guy. I like, you know, I like the character in the movies. Like I said, I'm not a DC. I don't read many DC comics, not very many. But no, I never read those. I mean, but I don't care about Mira. You know, it's not enough to sell a movie or a show. I mean, who the fuck is paying for HBO Max to watch a Mira show? I mean, you know,
exactly.
If you
that wouldn't be me, man. Never. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you wanted a strong female character, and no pun towards Amber Heard, then they shouldn't have shit the bed with Harley Quinn. You had Margot Robbie. She could have been a strong female character. And go woke, go broke.
Yeah. Well, I think it comes down to, and this is of course just my opinion, but with the and I use the term loosely, creative aspects of all of this stuff, it falls to sort of like too many cooks in the kitchen You know what I mean? They have this big list. They're going online. They're saying, people, oh, I want this representation. Oh, we need more of this. We need more of this. Get onto Twitter. Find out what everyone on Twitter wants. Find out what everyone on Twitter is raging for. And then you end up with this. You end up with nothing, because everybody's trying to put in their little piece of it, and it changes what the content originally was, or just makes like an omelet with basically anything that you can find in the pantry all shoved into it. And you're like, oh yeah, this is what everyone online said that they wanted, so why aren't you enjoying it? It's like, because it's crap material. There's no creativity behind it. There's no idea. And that's what happens. It's sort of like a friend to all is a friend to none. And that's where we're at.
That's kind of like the Rise of Skywalker. It was just cobbled together by, like, you could tell it was all fan service. It's like, oh, we got to make them kiss for the Reylos, which I don't know why they would even try to even reach out to the Reylos, because they're not Star Wars fans. But
no, these were people that were jonesing from Twilight, and they just needed something, anything. They needed anything, so they gave them this. And then as soon as the last episode, or the last movie, was released, I'm willing to bet within a month they didn't have Star Wars even on their. It wasn't in their vocabulary anymore. Like, no, it gave them that little push that they wanted, that little romance, and it was gone. And they didn't realize that they just destroyed millions of fans of one of the best franchises ever made. But now there you go. Okay, we managed to appease the next generation with their 7 minute attention spans. Now on to the next project.
Yeah, the acolyte. They've got, what is it? The show that's premiering this year is, you got the Book of Boba Fett, you got the Star Wars Visions, that's the anime one, I believe, and the Droid Story, I think, is the other animated one that they're going to have on. They're coming out this year. I'll probably review those for the channel, because I'm going to do. I've got a lot of shows to do this year. I'm going to do all the MCU shows. I'll sit through them. I'll do it. But I don't know if I could sit through a Mira show, honestly. I care. So I still, there's still some things I like in the MCU, but DC is kind of like really losing me now outside of the Snyder cut,
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Just because, and I know that I catch a lot of flack for this, but I think that visually, Ben Affleck was the best looking Batman character, simply because Christian Bale is an awesome actor, and all of those movies were, well, maybe the third one was a little off, but the Dark Knight trilogy was great. But Christian Bale is just too lean. He's too thin. Batman is a tank, dude. He's like, his shoulders are as wide as he is tall. In some pictures, and that's why I think Affleck managed to pull that off in the suit. Because the suit adds obviously 4 or 5 inches across the chest, easy.
Yeah, he got jacked up to play that though. He was pretty big when he played Batman. From what I remember, anyway, I think he put on some size for that. But yeah, that I'm definitely I'm right there with you. And as I've said, Michael Keaton is always my number one, but Affleck is my number two because of that. He looked more. I like the aggressive nature of his version of Batman. More, like I said, he's just gunning people down in that warehouse scene.
That was that. I watched that scene like 5 times back to back. I was like, holy crap, that was awesome. Rewind, watch again. Like, they're all trained on the door. Batman comes up through the floor, takes out 3 guys in 1 second. It was awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I dug that. So that was, I like Batfleck, man. That's I was happy to hear when he was going to come back and they're going to do some more stuff with him outside of the Snyder cut. That made me happy. So this says they could easily recast the part, talking about Mara. Some fans want to see Jason Momoa's friend and Game of Thrones co-star Emilia Clarke take Heard's place. That sounds like Sal's pick right there.
That is a hard negative, sir. I cannot stand Emilia Clarke. She was, last season aside, she was great in Game of Thrones, but she has been terrible in everything else I've seen her in. Hard pass.
This is Warner showed they have taken Heard's side in her scandal and legal dispute with ex-husband Johnny Depp by firing him from Fantastic Beasts 3. You can bet, however, the studio has an escape plan. As we've reported, Aquaman 2 may be written in such a way to minimize Mira's presence, if need be, and replace her with a new character, most likely Dolphin, one of Arthur's love interests, while the Queen was MIA. And
Did
this
Dirk
is
still
random
get paid for that though? Contractually, did he still get paid? I remember reading some. It was just a quick headline I glanced over that he was fired from the movie, but contractually he still got money for it.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know if he's getting paid or not. I know. Would they replace him with Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah, I'm sure they had to buy him out because it
Mhm.
was a franchise contract. I mean, they were planning on him sticking around for a few movies, so I'm sure he was contracted for him. So, yeah, probably got a nice chunk of change when they fired him. I mean, it sucks, and it sucks what Amber Heard's doing to him, but I've said it before, they're both kind of a-holes.
Mhm.
So, it goes back to the Warner Brothers Ray Fisher situation. It's like just a-holes fighting amongst each other. Like,
That can be entertaining sometimes.
it could be, but it's hard to
take you back to the Jerry Springer days.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, I may take a side for fun, but I'm not very invested in it because either way, yeah, they're both jerks at the end of the day, in my opinion, at least.
No, you're right. I mean, dude, they're both like, well, Depp's a Hollywood elite. Heard's just a little clinger on, which makes her equally as bad,
Yeah, I think, like, honestly, and who am I to judge anyone, but I think something's going on, or she has some kind of unresolved issues or something, because I don't know. I have had my share of disputes with girlfriends, but I've never it's never got to the point where I've been a biscuit on their pillowcase.
Yeah, that's really just like taking it right to the extreme.
That's you're really proving a point when it gets to that situation. I mean,
Yeah.
you got the money, move out.
You just took him for how many $1 million? Like, you can't afford a bungalow or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was hoping to get that Elon Musk money.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I bet he.
Yeah, man, exact. That was it. Like, I mean, she was all over him, and I was like, "Holy smokes, man! Like, Elon, you're smarter than this, man. Please,
Yeah.
we need you, okay?"
It's like, don't do it, Elon. Don't do it.
He's smarter than that.
Look, man, I know she's kind of hot. But don't fucking do it, Elon.
Yeah, she even got that DNA sample that he needs for the cat girls of the future.
She's just like,
we all read that article.
Don't give me, if Amber Heard was in front of me and was like, or if I saw her at a bar and she wasn't the star, I mean, of course I'm going to look at her and she's a pretty woman,
Mhm.
But Hollywood-wise, I just don't get it. She's kind of a dime a dozen Hollywood-wise. It's not like she has some superior acting method. She's not just, I don't get it. Like, we were just talking about Emilia Clarke, and she's pretty, she's all, well, either way, like, why can't she be Mara or something? I don't get the appeal with Amber Heard.
I don't think she's all that.
I always think it has something to do with what does she have on who.
Yep.
That keeps her employed, and that's, I mean, everybody's got a camera on them now. How many parties do these Hollywood types go to every year?
Good point.
What does she have on who? Right?
Oh yeah, there's dirt somewhere there.
That's
one with, like, Kathleen Kennedy, and it's like, well, she's cost Disney $8 billion. What was it? Like, how much money have they lost since they acquired Star Wars? More than they spent buying it, and yet still employed. It doesn't make any sense. But then you look back, like, oh, she's been in the industry for decades. Okay, she knows who is where, and she has dirt on probably a lot of people.
And her husband's powerful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, was it Frank Marshall?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That would make sense though. Like, maybe Amber Heard blew some married executive or something. Then they see how just out on the floor this whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation is. Like, you think people don't want to take over as the CEO of Lucasfilm when it's a mess? Imagine that being your life. Like, so it's better to just, you know what, cast her as Mara, because they're probably saying the same thing. It's Aquaman's girlfriend. Who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or like, oh, she's got a video or a photo of so and so doing such and such, and you look at how she's treating her ex-husband. Like, what would it be for her to drag an executive through the freaking mud? Career over, millions of dollars spent.
Yeah, the stocks plummeting. Yeah, just from the bad press, you know. Just just cast her as Mara, the one redhead left in Hollywood.
Take this partial role and F off.
Yeah,
you know, like, keep quiet. Here's a couple of million. Be quiet for another year or two.
That's the thing, man. She's a redhead. I'm surprised they haven't recast her with a woman of color yet.
We've got a request in the chat here.
I see that right here.
Speaking of redheads,
can we talk? Can we please discuss the new Marvel TV show with Vision and Wanda? It's like Marvel Housewives show. Absolutely, Andrew. And that's a new name here. So welcome, sir. I haven't seen you in the chat before. I wanted to ask Sal something. Sal, we were talking about comics. You'd back through Comicsgate before we talk about WandaVision. What was one of them Red Rooster?
It was.
So it's this one right here.
Oh, the one you pick it up at Walmart?
Yep. I picked episode 1 and 2 up at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
How
but, Comicsgate, it's, trustworthy people.
How did that make it to Walmart before? Because you backed like a year ago, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be delivered August 2018.
Okay.
That was when it was supposed to be delivered. So, yeah. Which they're sending out emails now letting you know, like, hey, we're about to go into fulfillment. If you want to put your name on the back of the book, let us know. And I'm like, how about you go fuck yourself? How about
that?
Yeah.
We need more of that in 2021. That's what we need. Okay, we got to bring that back. It's been gone for too long and too many people need to hear it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's up, Gaming Vulture? Hail to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. So WandaVision, I am going to be reviewing every single episode of that show. That's, I said, I've got 3 shows starting this month. I've got Prodigal Son, I have Batwoman, and I have WandaVision. And I'm actually, WandaVision was the one show that I was the most excited about out of the entire lineup of Marvel shows, because I love Scarlet Witch, and not just because Elizabeth Olsen's a smoke show. But no, I like the character. I like Vision too. Paul Bettany is great in that. And this is going to be like a very odd, trippy homage to sitcoms from, bygone eras, up to, like you're talking. I guess they have a Brady Bunch intro, and there's going to be like you're Married with Children and things of that nature. So I'm excited for it. It's got a good cast, and it's going to tie into Doctor Strange. So, what is anybody else watching? Yeah. Doctor Strange got delayed.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch, Tony? Are you going to check this out?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm interested to see how Marvel, and I say I'm not interested in much with Marvel anymore, but I am interested to see how they execute these shows, the presentation of them, how they work themselves in. I do think that sucks. I heard that about Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange 2 earlier, and that kind of sucks. It's being delayed.
I know.
Well, I look forward to it just because it seems it's so out there. You know what I mean? Like, it's so random. It's like they're taking a chance. They're taking a risk, and I like seeing that when it comes to new material, new shows, as opposed to just the same stuff over and over and over again. Like, this is, in my opinion, like right out of left field, and that just tends to work sometimes. But you have so few companies that are willing to try that, and then end up with the same old thing over and over again.
Especially after a more serious arc that we just saw her go through.
Yeah. And this is very, and somebody already questioned in the trailers and the footage we've seen thus far, why doesn't she have her Sokovian accent? Well, it's because she's fitting in this false reality that she's created, because this show exists in a false reality that she's created to get over the loss of vision. And it's kind of funny because like you can see in the one trailer, what's his name, Jimmy Woo, I think the FBI agent's name, and he works for Sword now, I believe it is, or something.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to break into like her reality. And that's where like the entire like a lot of the build up to this is going to be like her versus Sword, trying to keep them out of the reality that she created and them trying to like break into it.
Isn't that a Joss Whedon thing, Sword? Didn't he write that? Like, didn't he create that for Marvel, Joss Whedon?
I don't know.
I think he did. Let me look that up. I'm just saying, it just sounds so dumb. I could just see him sitting there like, oh yeah, Thord. The Shield one at Thord.
Shield.
Yeah.
But they
Joss-
threw their backs out reaching for that one.
Yeah. Joss Whedon and John Cassidy created the agency in 2004's Astonishing X-Men, so he was sitting there with a pen like, Thord. Told you guys, man.
Oh fuck, that hurts my head.
Now that I've derailed the conversation.
No, it's fine. We needed to hear that. This is information we should be privy to.
Just every time I hear Sword, I think of fucking Joss Whedon. It's like, even if it's a cool agency, it ruins it for me, knowing that he created it.
Damn you, Joth.
Wasn't that the one that's like when Bart steals Kent Brockman's Danish, gives it to Krusty? He's like, oh, yeah, here you go. It's like, I stole it from Kent Brockman. Oh, good. But you didn't touch it, did he? No? Okay, good.
I'm Kent Brockman.
Yeah, I know I'm on. And I don't care. I don't read the news until I get my Danish. See if you can find somebody else. See if I care. Bumblebee Man.
Bumblebee Man. He was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I learned 99% of my Spanish was from Bumblebee Man. That's true.
That's even better. So, you've got Monica Rambeau in this is going to be featured in this. She works for Sword during this show. And that's Maria's daughter. What's her name? The new Bond, Lashana Lynch's character from Cat Pan Mediocre. Her daughter, played by Teyana Paris.
Yeah, it's Monica Rambeau and whatever her daughter's name is.
Is it Maria the mom?
Maria maybe is the mom. Yeah, Monica's the daughter.
Yep.
See, I don't read Captain Marvel.
I read well, the old Captain Marvel from the 80s was great when she was the leader of the Avengers. That's like the best one. That's like the best Captain Marvel story in the comics is the old ones.
Yeah, the ones they don't use.
Yeah, Miss Marvel wasn't bad either. When not Kamala Khan, but when Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel, those were all right. They weren't great. They weren't as shitty as the Kelly Sue DeConnick and up to now are. But yeah, this I don't know. I think the show looks good. I'm interested in it. It's got I was gonna watch it anyway, but I want to review it for the channel.
I had no idea it was coming out so soon until I was talking to you. Just because everything's been delayed so much that it's in my mind like nothing's coming out for 6 months, besides The Mandalorian. So I even went and canceled my Disney subscription. I'm like, shit, now I have to give them more money. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't gone the Disney Plus route. Luckily, I've got a friend that has it, so I was like, "Oh, perfect! I got to binge The Mandalorian like in one day." It has to happen.
I'm married, so like my wife enjoys it more than I do. She pushes for me to get it every couple months or something, or again, if Mandalorian drops or something, we'll get it. But I know she's gonna probably be more into WandaVision than I am. So, yep, head over to Google Play after this and resubscribe.
Yeah, that starts in was it 9 days? It's the 15th, I think it was. That'll be a Friday night. I'll be able to stay up for the premiere too. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to work weekends, but yeah, it looks like I said, I love the aesthetic of the show. I like the characters. I'm not quite sure how Catherine Hahn's was that her name, Catherine Hahn, or is it Anna? I can't remember the other chick's name. Why did I say Catherine Hahn? I think it's Anna Gastemeyer. I don't know. It's Agatha Harkness.
I don't know any of them.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hang on.
Catherine Hahn, who plays Agnes.
Catherine Hahn, thank you. Okay, I was right. Yeah, her character is seems kind of interesting. I'm anxious to see how she kind of fits into the whole thing. You know,
I didn't watch the trailer or anything. I haven't. I'm so off on trailers lately because it's like I watched the Cobra Kai one and it spoiled a few things that I was waiting for in the trailer. So I don't know her character yet, but not to go off the subject, but can I say I hope when this show ends that Vision is still dead? Because I don't know. He didn't really get to do much, but when he was there, he was a bit unimpressive besides in Age of Ultron. And maybe that's just me. I'm just kind of over the character.
Yeah.
Like it's cool to see him in the show, but then after that, like, let's get some closure and move on.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to bring him back.
Well, that's the thing. Depends on the popularity. Because as soon as they see that, if it really takes off, they'll be like, okay, it's bringing in money. We need to bring him back. And that's what they're going to do because that's exactly how they think.
I know.
They can't bring him back.
Well, no, because
the Mind Stone's gone. I mean, not that they couldn't make a robot with Jarvis's AI.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be Vision anymore. Like that's like what's he going to do? Be a robot? You know what I mean? Like
the non-fan fans won't care.
They're going to
hear him. That's it, man.
They're going to say they downloaded it in Wakanda or something.
Yeah, Shuri had the foresight to download his AI into a vibranium memory stick, and that's how
brothers.
Now all they have to do is find a Kinko's so they can get it off the memory stick.
There are no Kinkos in Wakanda.
Geek Squad.
Is there a Geek Squad in Wakanda?
Look, I need to download this super intelligent AI that's been inside of a stone that was in space. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on a second. Management to front desk. Management to front desk.
I was going to say, I'm going to need a manager for this one. I need some authorizations and clearances that I don't think I have as a sales associate.
Sending the secret to the universe over Wi-Fi. Okay.
You need a VPN from Surfshark.
Yeah, we would do that, but you're going to have to go to the Starbucks across the street. They have stronger Wi-Fi. Can you email it to us?
Yeah, I'd really like to get a look at those schematics.
Oh, man.
Can I say something to you that always got me about Vision? This is a bit off but in Age of Ultron, I mean, the whole point when they were chasing Ultron and he kidnapped Black Widow in that scene and everything, and they were trying to get Vision's body, they're like, you can't just destroy the stone. It could level the entire city. And that stuck with me. So then fast forward to Infinity War, and I mean, Thanos just destroys the fucking, or Scarlet Witch destroys the stone before Thanos can get it. Like, and everybody's around there, and there's like a puff of queef dust, and that's it.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying, like, that's always kind of bugged me when I go back and watch Age of Ultron, because that entire scene could have been a lot easier, and they could have prevented Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Just saying.
Yep.
Lack of continuity.
Fuck Vision.
Yeah, he and like when he was fighting that fucking what's his name that was with Proxima Midnight Clave Corvus Glaive or whatever Glav. Yeah, when he was fighting him at the beginning, I was like, shouldn't he just be mopping the floor with him?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he kind of got smacked around a little bit. Didn't he get fucking stabbed or something? I mean,
yeah, I was waiting after Ultron. I'm like, I can't wait to see him in Infinity War. Like, and he was in Civil War too, and he was okay in there. But I'm like, let's get to Infinity War. He's going to be badass. It's going to be an all-out war, and he got his ass kicked from the very first move. He got stabbed.
Yeah. It didn't make any damn sense.
Yeah. And it's like I guess he got his redemption at the end. He killed Corbus Glaive or whatever, but it was he was limping at that point.
Oh yeah, dude. He was all beat up, you know. That scene in the beginning where Cap shows up on the other side of like the train and that music hits, dude, that shit gets me every time. That's dope. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. You just see him fucking standing over there. It's like, that's gangster.
Yeah.
And then, you know, fucking Falcon comes flying in and shit. No, that was I'm to kind of piggyback off the WandaVision. I'm gonna review, because as soon as WandaVision ends in March, I think there's 9 episodes of that they're releasing. They said they added a few extras, so there's 9 episodes. It goes right into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which premieres in March, which I'll also be reviewing. So
nice.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
one.
Like, what are your thoughts on visually, like what you've seen from the trailer so far?
I don't mind it. I really like Sebastian Stan as Bucky. Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie.
You got a lot in common there. That was my favorite one, man. Like, out of all of them, it was that knife fight on the freeway was bang on.
That one, and GSP as Batroc the Leaper. Dude, I have so much respect for George St. Pierre as just, you know, as a fighter, and man, did him and Evans put it down in that scene. It was solid. I like that. But and Evans coming in at the beginning, you know, Cap, and just taking out all the guys at the beginning of the ship. There was so many good fight sequences in that movie. It really was.
Like the elevator, like when they're all the guys are just piling into the elevator. Man, coordinating an elevator fight, like a fight in such a small area, is not fun.
No, and I know you've said you've done stunt work. I've been in a battle royal with 12 people in the ring at the same time in a 14x14 ring. And we're talking, we're not little guys. You know, that's a lot of that close quarter shit like that. Like, me and this guy know what we're doing, but we don't know what the other guys around us are doing. You know,
he's coming up with a chair over his head, and you got to watch the back blast on that one, man.
Yeah,
you're going to be getting a full on chair to the face.
Oh yeah, so those like you said, man, that close quarter stuff like that, coordinating that it takes such precision and timing.
Yeah,
but yeah, so Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm kind of optimistic about it. I don't know why they didn't just. I thought they should have just kind of gave, you know, if they're gonna make somebody Cap, make Bucky Cap. It would have made more sense to me, because you know,
it'll be like kind of transition into the U.S. agent territory.
They've got a guy, they've cast him. It's Garrett. What the fuck was his name? It's Garrett something, I believe it was, or I can't remember. But they have the guy that's playing U.S. agent. And this is going to tie in because Daniel Bruhl, Baron Zemo, is involved in this, obviously, and this might lead to a Thunderbolt spinoff, which I've kind of been waiting for, because they've kept the old man around from Hulk this whole time, General Ross. So I like how these, you know, they're gonna Thunderbolts isn't coming out for a while, but no, the Falcon Winter Soldier, I think it'll be all right. They're bringing back what's her name too, Haley Atwell's character, Peggy Carter's niece. Was it Sharon? Yeah, Sharon, the one from Winter Soldier and that.
Yeah,
she's going to be in Falcon and Winter Soldier too. I forgot she was in that show. That show Revenge. If you've ever seen that, what's it? Emily Van Camp, is that her name?
Yeah, Emily Van Camp. I haven't seen Revenge, but I like her, and I wish we would have gotten a little more of her. And I wish they wouldn't have forced the captain thing with her. Especially, I don't know, man. It's just now that he got back with Peggy, it's weird.
Yeah,
it is. It's weird.
I know. I thought, if they're gonna go that route with those two, then you need to develop it, and then all of a sudden, of course, you know, they're gonna send him back to Peggy. So I'm like, what was even the point of that?
He's like the creepy uncle now. Like, you know, he put her through, like Chris Rock said, he put Sharon through college, but Man, he's the creepy uncle. That's all I'm gonna say. It's your niece, bro.
That's it. You
Some
know, it's like,
Futurama shit going on, time travel and incest, and
A lesson in not changing the past from Mr. I'm my own grandpa.
I just think of that Tom Arnold, I'm my own grandpa. Yep. Cap sitting on the bench. Do you want to tell me about what you did with your niece? No, I don't think I will.
yeah. Chris Hansen sitting down on the bench with him.
Cap, why don't you have a seat? Why don't you sit down?
No, I don't think I will.
Wait, I want to look at this. What did James M2021 say? I heard the bizarre rumors that Sharon Carter will be the next Captain America, but that rumor was last year. God damn, would that be horrible?
That's
For A-Force.
that was something they were going to do a Marvel What If show. I don't know if that's still going on or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Peggy Carter was supposed to get the serum, and she was actually going to be Captain Britain, I think. So, and then I think Steve was supposed to get the Iron Man tech or something like that. I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
The hell out of people for not having a TV license.
Wasn't that the thing? These what if platforms, these what if shows that they that's just here. What we're going to do is we're going to give you a little bit of money, and we're going to see what the fans respond to.
Yep.
Basically,
that's basically it.
It's beta testing.
Yeah. One of the what ifs that I liked that I read was if Iron Man had become Doctor Doom and vice versa.
Oh yeah,
that's nice.
It was a fun issue, and that's the only good part about what ifs is that they're usually like a one-off kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what this is going to be. Is like every episode is going to be a what if. You know, just doesn't have to be a full season. Just make one like every couple months or something.
Yeah, and they're doing a season of them. That Peggy Carter one, that is confirmed. I think that's the first episode.
It is, and the animation looks decent too. Which
they made her look kind of hot when she come out with that super soldier serum. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was like, she looked kind of hot.
I haven't seen any of these trailers, by the way.
Oh, you haven't?
I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
that's my whole thing.
It is. Like that was one of many lessons from last year was just don't expect anything to be good. And when it is, it's a pleasant surprise and you don't get disappointed as quickly. You know?
Thank you. I've been saying that for so long. Yeah.
It's like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. I expect nothing and I'm still disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. That's it. Yeah, that's the lesson from 2020. Expect nothing.
Expect nothing and be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Or is it one of the like a Warhammer 40K Space Marine? I remember it was in one of the video games, and he basically, whenever you click on a character, he says, "Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment." And I was like, okay, the grim darkness of the future, apparently.
I hate to say, but it is kind of funny looking back. You're waiting like 30 years to see Luke Skywalker, and then they dangle him in front of your face for a second and say, up, 2 more years.
Yeah.
And then they roll out that shit show, and everyone's like, well, your expectations shouldn't have been so high.
Oh, yeah, of course not. Maybe another 30 years.
Whenever, what other situation could I be in where my expectations wouldn't be high? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like,
are you telling me to temper my expectations because your product is shit? Is that what you're telling me?
Aim low. Aim so low that no one will care if you succeed or not.
Your expectations were high because of fan theory. It's like fucking Luke Skywalker. There's always been fan theories. Like,
yeah.
Yep. Hey, nobody wanted to see Luke end up drinking blue sea cow titty milk, though. I mean, let's be honest.
I still think that was Kathleen Kennedy in an extra suit. I think she was wearing that suit. No.
Hang on.
I got my theories too, you know.
Let's see here. Is it let me see. Luke. Where are you at, Luke? Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's the face you make after you take a nice long pull on a beer that somebody dropped their cigarette butt into.
Oh God, I've had that happen before. It's fucking terrible.
Oh yeah, you never forget that one.
No. Oh,
Dude.
oh, yeah.
Takes of that did they have to do?
Um,
It's not dripping enough, Luke. Let's do it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan was like, just put a little more down your chin, Luke. Just a little more.
I mean, it's like, what the hell did they expect, man? And and I'm not. I will say this: I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I have like some of my friends are. Like, in fact, one of my best friends is probably like the biggest Star Wars fan that I've ever met. And I remember just like, watching the sequel trilogy coming out and progressively getting worse and worse. And then eventually and he was like, yeah, it was absolute crap. It was complete shit. I can't stand it. I was like, yes, there you go. And it was painful to see, because I know how much he really loved Star Wars a lot. And then so I told him about the Mandalorian season 2, and I was like, yeah, got that one binge watched in like a day. So
Yeah,
and for good reason.
dude, the Mandalorian was, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed the Mandalorian. The only episode I didn't like was episode 2. Of season 2, the frog lady one. That one was just like, meh.
I need to go back.
Yeah, that was boring. Wait, JM 2021 says the Eternals is a wild card. Yeah,
Nah.
I have no. I don't even want to see the Eternals. I don't even care. I don't.
I would want to see it more if Angelina Jolie weren't in it.
I know. I don't like her. I don't think she fits.
Yeah.
The one thing I think is funny, and did you guys hear that people are body shaming Kumail Nanjiani for being ripped during the quote unquote pandemic here?
Who?
I don't know what character he plays, but he was the guy that was in Stuber with Batista. I believe he's Indian.
What?
Exactly.
What?
Hello?
I'm just gonna stone cold this whole thing. What?
God damn it. He's people are body shaming him online for staying ripped during the pandemic, and then it's being called a racist attack against him.
Oh, good for him.
I know. I'm like, okay, dude, cool. Everybody's like, he's taking juice. I'm like, I don't care. I don't.
Or he's rich and has a personal gym in his house.
Yeah. He even said, he came out and he publicly said, he's like, I wouldn't have been able to do this if it wasn't for the team at Marvel. They helped me make this happen. So I don't know. I just don't understand why you would like fit shame somebody. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, there's a lot of jealous people out there that want to see everybody fail, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, yeah, dude, the dude's an actor. He's got a team of, he's got dietitians, personal trainers, all this stuff. So it's like, he's like that for a movie. Like, so what? Like, if you don't like the way you look, then you can do something about it. I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
There's like people that are saying they're going to boycott something that they're not going to watch in the first place. You can't do that. You can't boycott something you're not going to watch. And mark my words, man, you guys will see it. That what is it, the new Odenkirk movie, Nobody, or is it Nobody? Yeah, it's the one that's coming out, I think, next month. It's kind of like if you made John Wick a dad movie. It's going to be great, in my opinion. But yeah, people are like, well, it's just going to portray like another white man that's angry and uses violence. I'm going to boycott it. Well, you weren't going to watch it in the first place, so who the hell cares what you think?
Yeah, that's it. It's like the people that they talk shit about Gina Carano on Twitter, but they don't watch the show anyway. They just heard because it's trending that it's cool to make fun of this and da 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 da. They're not even fans.
Or likes or whatever the hell Twitter uses as its gross commodity.
Yeah, they want that social media clout. That's what it is.
Yeah. Hating cool. It's like, oh,
the virtual head pads. JM 2021 says Selma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, Gemma Chan, even the deaf actress is smoking hot, man. Lauren Ridloff is the deaf actress. She's on The Walking Dead as well. I do really like her. Gemma Chan, I'm not that familiar with. I never liked Angelina Jolie, nor have I ever found her attractive.
Yeah.
I think she looks like a fucking vampire, and she used to carry a vial of Billy Bob Thornton's fucking blood around her neck when she was dating him, and then she open mouth kissed her brother. I'm just like, I'm done at this point. I'm checked out.
Yeah, that was after the blood necklace. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've crossed the line here.
Yep. Selma Hayek is gorgeous.
I like her dad.
Yeah, John Voight.
Mm-hmm.
Except he did one of the worst Portuguese accents ever in Anaconda.
That'll be all right.
But we can
We choose to remember his time during Ray Donovan.
I see. I've never seen Ray Donovan. I do remember him in Conrack though.
So you're missing out with Ray Donovan.
Yeah, it's on a channel I don't get because that's on like
Showtime.
Showtime. Yeah, see, I don't get any movie channels. But it might be on one of the streaming services that I acquire here. So
it's always on the inner butts somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, Nano Reaper says people enjoy seeing people fail. That's a harder problem. Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. That's most of it, and that's where most of this like hate culture comes from. Is just people won't, or they're too lazy to do things for themselves, so they actively root against people they see achieving the goals that they themselves aren't capable of doing.
Or they just steal their ideas.
Or they steal their ideas. Yep, you're not wrong there, Sal. No, we all know a couple of those, don't we?
I know at least one.
Oh, I love it. So, and then we have another Marvel movie that's coming out this year. Isn't Shang-Chi coming out this year too? In the Legend of the Ten Rings, another one that.
Who cares?
Yeah, I like the old show Kung Fu with David Carradine, and I think this might have some. I don't know. I'll watch this one. I'll watch it. I'm probably not gonna watch the Eternals. I won't pay to watch the Eternals. Let me put it to you that way. You know, I'll sail the high seas for that, like I did Wonder Woman. And boy, am I glad I did that for Wonder Woman. Oof.
Yeah. Well, for anyone in Hollywood that's listening, here's your next idea. There's a movie called Hollywood and the Dried Up Well. That's all it is, man. Like, yeah, and just to touch on that, when you were saying like stealing other people's ideas, if you're a creator and you have a really good idea, like one that could maybe make or break a franchise, you wouldn't want to hand it in. You wouldn't want to submit it because they would take it. They would say, okay, hey, this all works, but now we're just gonna imbue it with all of this other crap which has been failing for the last 5+ years. And then all of a sudden, an idea that was great turns into a piece of crap, and you're done. So if you're a fan and you want to save what it is that you love, you can't really do it unless you're going full on independent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, Yeah, Hollywood can't. It's like they try to do original things, but they do them wrong. It's like they're like, hey, here's a new franchise. Well, I don't know. Have anybody? You guys have seen the preview for that A Fine Young Woman movie, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
You haven't? Okay.
I saw it once on TV.
Mark, have you seen that?
I have not seen that. No.
Okay.
Judging by your response, I probably shouldn't.
No, it's. I think they're doing like a theatrical release for it, and I don't know if they're gonna take it right to a streaming service or not. But it's basically like a girl goes to bars, acts drunk, and gets nice guys to quote unquote take her home. She kind of leads them on for a minute, and then like does terrible things to them because she's not drunk. She's pretending.
Oh, so it's a psychopath movie.
Yeah, but it's being painted as this like win for feminists and all. It's like
This is Amber Heard.
Yeah.
There you go, Amber. Here's your next role.
I don't
play a psycho.
She'll play the role in this. She'll play the sequel because they'll want to do a straight to DVD sequel because this one will probably bomb. I don't know, but I saw that and I was like, this is like a new idea, but quote unquote, it's not like a continuation of their franchise, therefore you kind of, with Hollywood, you just say, it's new, but it's trope. It seems, I don't know. It's like a trope flipped on its head. I think it doesn't sound good. It doesn't look good. Mick,
switch things around, kind of like in the Batwoman TV show. And they're like, oh yeah, the suit is basically perfection. Oh, it will be when it fits a woman. Now switch that around and watch Twitter like shit its collective pants. When you're just like, oh yeah, man, this is a great suit. You know, like take Wonder Woman's suit of armor. Yeah, this is a really great suit. It will be when it fits a man. And the internet exploded. Done.
Yep.
I don't understand why they can't see that what they're doing is fundamentally wrong.
It's always ideology over quality. That's it. It's ideology comes before story and characters and everything. You know, that's the way they roll, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me. After 20 episodes of Batwoman last season with Ruby Rose, this should be a hell of a fun time with Javicia Leslie this time. At least Batwoman thick this year.
And living in a van down by the river.
Yes, with her plant.
Farley tried to warn us. You'll get cast as the next Batwoman and end up living in a van down by the river.
It's because Ruby Rose was privileged.
Ruby Rose had I'm not gay enough privilege.
Well, yeah, she was rich. She had, gay or not, she still had privilege. Okay. Yep. And Jalicia Leslie, she's, on hard times. That's just how it is. It can't be portrayed any other way. Why would it be?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just you hear Batman. It's like that. If she's homeless, where does she have the money for the tech? Okay, you find the suit or something, that's fine. You run out of batarangs, where do you get more? You grappling hook breaks, where do you get another one? I mean, just the character doesn't work if there isn't some sort of financial benefactor behind it.
Collecting and melting down cans from alleys.
Yeah,
like your batarangs right there.
A broke Iron Man wouldn't work. It wouldn't. And neither would a Batman. Or Batwoman, excuse me. There goes my career in 30 years.
B.O.B. Batman on a budget.
Yeah.
Hey, what is your superpower again? I'm rich. Problem solved.
Yep.
So, are you using spare van parts? I mean, how are you going to, on an operations level? I'm sure I'm just giving it shit. Once the show starts, there's going to be some sort of benefactor, but I don't know. That's not very appealing. A superhero that lives in a van, you can't even help yourself.
Yeah.
That'd be good for a getaway scene. The Bat van won't start. The alternator. Thing going. Yeah, you piece of crap, Chevy.
Get under the hood with a screwdriver and arc the fucking connections. Here we go. Arc the starter, Batwing 3D printer.
Yeah, those things are freaking expensive though.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't so damn expensive, I'd be making my own weapons over here. Shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sal, I'd be making repros, bro. I'd be making repros over here.
Hell yeah.
I'd have a blaster fucking collection.
That's right.
All repros, baby. Because they're just weapons at the end of the day, man. They're just weapons.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about repro blasters, they're less than a quarter inch of plastic.
Yep, that's what
we're charging $180 for it. Go fuck yourself.
Yep. I've been reading through a lot of those threads. Oof, man. Damn. The new Batwoman will be a dumpster fire. I already know. Oh, yeah. It's going to be hot garbage. Like I said, I saw that preview the other day, and she's like, it's time to be powerful. Bitch, you just picked the fucking bat suit out of a garbage can in a bathroom out of a gas station.
Oh, man. I remember finding a bat suit in a garbage can in a freaking bar after a Halloween party once. Completely covered in puke. Oh, you poor thing. I didn't go and put it on and start freaking running around being Batman in my crappy van.
It's hard to be discreet smelling like that,
Yeah, man, it was this essence of vodka and Fireball, and get the hounds on him.
Smithers, release the hounds.
Excellent.
Excuse me, sir. There's a sweet young boy at the door. Release the hounds.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that was
not a good look.
yeah, no, and that's the thing is like the first time they showed Javicia Leslie from the side in it, they couldn't have made her look any worse, and she's gorgeous, she's absolutely gorgeous, but yeah, man, they just made her look like it looked like a dude with just like the headshot of her with the cowl on.
Yeah.
It
That was,
looked bad.
that was the look of like when you go into, say, a Staples or a 7-Eleven and you see the employee, and that's the face of I would rather be anywhere than here. And they gave that the bat cowl. That's the look.
Look
they're
as
unimpressed.
they're like look as uninterested and as unimpressed as possible to be in this costume and play this role. And that's what they got.
It might have been the first time she wore the cowl. It very likely could have been. So you got to think of it from her point of view. She's a very beautiful woman. She just doesn't look very good in that cowl. So your agent comes to you. Hey, do you want to be Batwoman? You're an actress. You're kind of new in your career. I mean, who wouldn't want to be? So then you get in there, and that look on her face, it kind of looked like, holy fuck. I didn't know I'd look so bad in this. I don't know. Is it, I don't know. If she looks bad in it, she's going to be the first one to notice. It's like when you're having a bad hair day. Man.
Yeah.
It's just all messed up. Can we at least get her into an apartment by the end of the season, guys?
Yeah.
A nice townhouse.
It's got a Kickstarter on the line.
Let's start a Kickstarter for her. Let's do that, or change.org or something. Get this woman a meal.
It was so bad in the first season. You're talking about having a Kickstarter for Batwoman when the voice of the Gotham radio station they use in the show is kind of like the narrator, Vesper Fairchild, played by not Matthew Perry, Rachel Maddow. She would talk about Batwoman, and she was like, is she too worried about kissing the girls or something like that? And she had the fucking cover of like this magazine with her on as like a lesbian, and it's like, oh my god, and yeah, she's talking about talking about the sister's whole claim was she was like an influencer, like a social media influencer. It's like, oh god, they're actually gonna go this route, I mean, and then it was funny because when Ruby Rose was cast in the role, it was like, well, she's not gay enough to play Batwoman. It's like,
where
is there a barometer?
Lack of logic come? Your head have to be to like, oh yeah, definitely not gay enough. Yeah.
Apparently, Jim Halpert hadn't sent them their gaydar yet.
Yeah. Really, I didn't know that there were levels. What is it, like a 1 to 10 sort of thing, or is it like a,
Yeah. Are you just regular gay, or are you like super duper like flamboyant rainbows gay? Like shooting unicorns out of your eyes. I don't know. I didn't think there were levels to it, really.
I knew, and I never watched it. Never going to. But just the trailers where they had the bat symbol that was done up in the rainbow, I was like, okay, no, man, I'm sorry, done.
Yeah, the first season
to go live in the mountains.
The first season was terrible. It was absolutely fucking horrible. Like I said, I don't know if it was just everybody else around her was that bad, but Rachel Scarston that played Alice or her Beth, Kate's sister, she was all right. She was on the original Birds of Prey show on NBC back in 2002. I think she played, was it Black Canary? Maybe, I can't remember, but yeah, she was. I liked her as Alice. As the season went on. One thing I didn't like was Dougray Scott that plays Jacob Kane. He was just kind of meh. And it's funny because I was telling these guys that he was supposed to be Wolverine at one point. Freaking Dougray Scott as Wolverine.
I'm not familiar with him. I haven't seen anything he's in, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that was one of the main complaints about Hugh Jackman is that he's just too tall to play Wolverine. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, if you're going to go down that extreme route of fandom, I mean, dude, he was a really, really good Wolverine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wolverine is like 4'0" nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And Wolverine's 5'2" specifically. 5'2" or 5'1".
oh yeah, thank you kindly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I had no issues with that at all. So you can make consolidations, but definitely not gay enough. Is that a 3 out of 10? We got to push that up to a 6. Those are rookie numbers.
You got to get those numbers up, kid. Get those numbers up. Oh man, yeah, that's just, oh God, ugh. It's funny. I can't even fathom how bad the second season is gonna get. You know, it's like, because they have all these storylines left over from the first season, and it's like the main character was Jacob Kane, Dougray Scott. That's his daughter. She's Alice's sister, who's like the main antagonist in the series. It's like all these, Sophie, that one character, is her ex-lover, and she's got like 1,500 girlfriends during the course of the first season. So it's like you have all these dangling story arcs, and you have no conclusion to any of them now. So you're just gonna go into the second season and hit a reset button.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they're off to a good start. It's sort of like firefighters showing up to a burning house with flamethrowers. You're not going to fix anything. Just let it die.
I guess that's just the hallmark of Greg Berlanti. There are shows like Supergirl. I mean, how bad was that show for how long, and before they canceled it?
Yeah.
It's just like a tire fire that just kept burning. Oh man. And the last order of business we're going to talk about tonight is an article from piratesandprincesses.net. Pull this up right here. I'm not going to screen share it. Like I said, I sent the guys the link. It is says Luke Skywalker damaged the High Republic's launch. And
Good.
yeah, that's yeah. You're not gonna get any tears from me on that, because all right, I am gonna share this for just a minute, because this art is just, my God.
A warning to the chat, just
Yeah,
brace for impact.
there we are right there. I mean, look at this shit.
Oh man.
Race to Crash Point Tower. And this is Daniel Jose Older, who is just kind of a douchebag.
I liked her better when she was Daniel Jose younger.
Hi-oh.
I got jokes for days.
So these are the people that get blown up in Force Awakens, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Good.
No, this is 200 years before episode 1, evidently.
Yeah.
Damn. I thought, damn it.
Yep.
I was like, I like the Force Awakens now.
Maybe that was their goal all along. It's just like, we're going to make these really bad movies, and then we're going to make things that make them look good, by comparison.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
wow.
gonna have to work really hard to make The Last Jedi look good. Yeah, Star Wars human resources.
Oh yeah. Burn.
It says sources tell me that Lucasfilm Story Group has been heavily involved in the development of the High Republic. Is frustrated for several reasons. First, the reveal of Luke Skywalker in the finale of The Mandalorian second season took all the oxygen out of the High Republic. Who cares? Who cares about the High Republic if they're wondering what happens with Luke Skywalker and his new Padawan Grogu? Worse, I'm being told they're furious because they weren't informed about Luke Skywalker being the season send-off surprise. The people working on the High Republic had no idea that Favreau and Filoni would be driving the fan base into hyperdrive before they launched a new sub-property that is significantly different. This sort of explains why they struck out at the fan base reaction publicly.
Oh man, it's like the fact that they think that what they're bringing out could compare to like just seeing Luke Skywalker. The fact that shows you exactly where they are upstairs. Okay, that they think that this could compete in any way, shape, or form.
It's because we don't want to see this? This fucking weird fucking look?
It works in the expanse. That's it.
Talk about participation trophies, though. Like, if you're upset because something's overshadowing your product, make your product better. That's the correct course of action to take here, not lessen the thing overshadowing your product. That's not how a successful business runs. It's just it's insane.
Yeah,
We're supposed to not ask questions and just consume next product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like I'm telling you, these people complaining grew up with participation trophy. They have no sense of competition at all, or and that's what breeds greatness. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so they went to their writing schools or wherever, quote unquote, higher education, and their teachers never told them, "Hey, your writing's shit. You need to do better," because they were paying for their tuition, and that made them the customer. And you can't piss off the customer. We all know that.
Unless it's us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, screw us, right?
Now, as someone who grew up in the era of participation trophies, which, by the way, I'm rapidly approaching 32, so that lets you know how long this shit's been going on for. Even then, like, excuse me, I would come home from a science fair or whatever, and there was always like first, second, third, and then everyone else got an honorable mention, like honorable mention ribbon. And I'd come home with it, and my mom would be like, "Oh, you got honorable mention." And I was like, "Yeah, so did everybody." Like, I knew then that it was bullshit. Like, I distinctly remember after a certain point, just I think after like second, third grade, I would just throw mine away because I'd rather have nothing than have an honorable mention.
Yeah.
So, but that just lets you know where those people are mentally.
Oh yeah.
Can do no wrong. Everything you make is just spectacular. And if other people can't see your greatness, well, that's their problem. It's like, oh, okay, that's how you grew up. And when you grow up like that, you think that's how the world works. And the world does not do it like that.
You guys just don't get it, though. I'm always a winner.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Silicone Dave says, side note, Pirates and Princesses have been kicking ass in Disney Parks news. The addition of WDW Pro as a writer was a huge plus. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that WDW Pro has come out with a lot of great scoops out of there. And the Pirates and Princesses people are Neon and Geeky Sparkles from Clownfish TV.
Or they're affiliated with
right?
them or something. I know they're affiliated with Clown. I don't know if it's them direct. They're a great site. Great site.
Yep. Yeah, they do. They have a lot of good articles and stuff over there. And like I said, their sources are usually, because I know Neon and Geeky, they've talked about it in their videos. They both worked for Disney at one point, I believe it was. I think that was how they met, maybe. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody if they know.
They might actually have sources and not just reading Reddit articles and claiming them as inside sources.
Correct, sir.
Oh, okay. So sounds like he can drop the mask then.
Yeah, modulated voice.
Oh,
we're talking about Batman.
I'm sorry, we're in 2021 now. I give no fucks.
Hey, wait a second. I have a clip for that.
Is that like a personal attack or something? Or...
Yes. Yes, it is. Come at me. I'll fucking take out your knees, you geriatric fuck.
Come at me.
There you go. I mean, there's shock value in that scream. I mean, it would be like, whoa, it's enough to get you on your heels a bit.
Nobody wants to fuck with Destro, Sal.
No, they don't.
Nobody wants to fuck with Destro.
There's a reason why you haven't heard from G.I. Joe in almost 25 years.
Actually, I picked up the new Snake Eyes comic. It's not bad.
Really?
I've only got it for 2, but
I heard Larry Hama's back to writing them now.
Yeah, I know. I wish I had them with me, but no. Got those ones and the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are just the latest comics that I picked up.
Did you read The Last Ronin?
Yeah, I got through
I
Sorry.
wanted to get that, and I couldn't find it at my local, and I just never looked online, I guess. But
It's really, really good and childhood destroying. I mean, what's left of it, but in a good way, not in a bad way. But it's not. It is a depressing story.
it looked real good, man. I need to pick that up.
100%, man. That and I'm looking into that company AWA Upshot Comics or Upshot Industries, and they're doing a bunch of comics. I think they got maybe like 2 superhero titles, and the other ones are a little bit more gritty, assassins, international assassins sort of thing. But you can put that in the.
Well, it's kind of nice then. A little more kind. Yeah, based in reality.
Well, let's not go nuts, but yeah, they're pretty good. I'll just put them in here. You guys can check them out in the chat when you get a chance.
All right. Yeah, like I said, the latest 2 I bought were those Red Rooster ones, and I'll go to when I'm at Walmart, I'll grab those like Marvel 3-packs. I've been lucky and gotten some good ones out of there, but I've got some shite as well. Some of the new the newest like Black Widow #1 that was from like March of this year, I think it wasn't bad. I like the Spider-Man, like the Gamerverse, the Black Cat Strike series, the Spider-Man War of Realms, that wasn't bad. There's been a couple of them that I've got that were all right. The Symbiote Spider-Man comics have been pretty decent. It's funny, I got one, and I've told the guys I got a Loki comic, and I looked, and it was written by Daniel Kibblesmith. I was like, oh God, this has just got like tears of soy all over it. And he was scared of. I was scared of the comics. They like intimidated me. I was like, oh my God, they're so scary.
Yeah, Kibble. I couldn't bruise an apple if I dropped it, Smith.
Oh, he is like just the worst example of a male that they're like. If another fucking species came to Earth from like another planet and like kidnapped Daniel Kibblesmith, that would be the worst representation of the male species possible.
Unless they were trying to invade, in which case, bonus for us. You'd be like, yes, their species is weak. It's afraid of everything, apparently. And they're like, well, you guys are in for a treat. But
an army of Kibblesmiths. And they'd all be saying, careful, we've got our internet gas.
Oh, man. What the fuck were they thinking with that, man? Just, wow. There you go. The result of participation trophies.
Yep.
There you have it.
And that's about what this High Republic thing looks like. It looks like a
race to crash point investment.
Yeah. God, why? Like, I don't know. Why would you, like, the trailer for this was horrible. I don't know why they thought now would be a good time after The Mandalorian to launch this. It's like, hey, kids, if you like The Mandalorian and like the adventures of these characters that you've come to know and love, how about this? Something totally the opposite of that. And it's shit. Oh, really? Cool. Yeah, let's, we're just trying to repair the bridge with the fans, we're trying to rebuild it. And here comes the High Republic. They're just gonna shit on Yoda some more. I mean, look at it. They're gonna make Yoda look bad because they said that Avar Kriss she's the blonde Jedi on the cover of the one basically like the one blonde woman. She's like the shining light of the Jedi. It's like this is when Yoda is at his peak power level. So you're already just saying that she's better than him. Okay.
It's like any other company. If you're not bringing in results, you get fired. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand where's the disconnect on that on that side of things. It's like, oh yeah, man, we failed miserably, but seventh time's a charm. We're gonna get it this time for real. It's like, no.
Yeah, they don't. It's like they don't care about profits at all. That board of investors will, though. That's the thing. That's gonna happen, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, shit, sorry, you're fired. They can't fire Kennedy because, like we talked about, she's got dirt on somebody.
No, 100%.
They learned everything they know about business from the underpants gnomes.
Step 1, acquire underpants. Step 3, make a profit. We just don't know what step 2 is. Oh God, now I'm gonna have to go watch that episode.
Yeah, it crushed him like a little bug. Oh my God, they killed Kenny. Oh my, you bastards. Okay, moving on. Impersonal.
No, dude, you just killed your friend. No, it's all right. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Oh God. Well, I think this is about where we're gonna take it home for the evening. I'd like to thank the chat, Keely Chow, Silicone Dave. Let's see who else is up in here tonight. JM 2021, Andrew Croy. Let's see who else was up in here. I saw a Nano Reaper earlier, the Gaming Vulture. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thanks to M. Dastardly. Thanks for coming on tonight, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. It was a real honor.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Be able to get and talk with some like-minded individuals. It's hard to do these days.
It is.
What was that, being locked in your apartment for going on almost a year now. So.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about right now. But that's a good thing about being a YouTuber is we're still, being able to connect with people, albeit through the means we normally use anyway. So you're welcome, Keely Chow. He says, thank you for a great show. You're welcome, sir. Thank you to my brother Salvador for coming on tonight. Sal, where can I find you, bro? Where can I find you?
They can find me usually hiding underneath their mother's bed when they walk in.
Oh. Wait, does that make you my dad?
Well, maybe. You can just call me Uncle Dad. We'll see where we go from there. But no, they can find me. Sorry, I'm kind of working on something here in the background. You can find me over at my channel, 2 Cents Toys, where I do customs like I'm working on right now. And I review modern toys. I do some thought pieces. I do toy repair videos. And you can find me here. It's been spotty, but you can find me here most Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Well, I would wager to say most. So that is the end of my plug.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. And last but not least, my co-host, Mr. Tony ToneDef.
Yep, some big things going on at the Clown World Review. I don't know what, but I promise there are some big things. No, ETEP and I are going to be working on I almost said The Last Jedi, The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter, Flight of the Navigator reviews. Those will be coming out sometime here in the next couple weeks. I've also got some Legend of Zelda reviews coming up, and a couple questions I have. I like to write out some questions and delve deep into them, and sometimes turn those into videos. So I have something working in that aspect right now, so I'm hoping to have that out here in the next couple days. Go over right now, check out some of the content, the He-Man and She-Ra Yuletide Sacrifice, Pablo Hidalgo videos. Is Disney racist? Also, if you missed the Hollywood honey dick indoctrination, the induction to the Hollywood Honey Dick tournament for Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You can go check that out. He was inducted on Monday. We're going to have our second inductee coming out here in the next few weeks. And sometime later this year, around November, we'll have you, the audience, actually vote on these Honey Dick contestants. And we'll see who the biggest Hollywood Honey Dick of 2021 was. And we can't do it without you. So head on over to the Clown World Review. Like, subscribe, and thank you.
Thank you for being here as always, brother. I appreciate it.
Pleasure's all mine.
And I'm Etep Wakuian. I'm the kind of the guy here at the channel, the bald guy. I'm not going on camera much because I've been having some technical difficulty issues with my equipment here. So you see here, I'll just hi, here I am. No green screen. I'm not using the screen anymore for now on the live streams. Not like I said, not even going on camera. My avatar is much prettier than me anyway. So yeah, as Tony said, we are working on a Last Starfighter and I almost said Last Jedi too. Thanks for jinxing me. Last Starfighter and Flight of the Navigator review will be dropping. And as I stated, I have Batwoman, Prodigal Son, and WandaVision coming up this month. In like a week, I'll be reviewing all three of those shows weekly, plus Monday, Wednesday, Friday live streams right here. You can catch me most Tuesdays on author Stephen Walton's channel for TR4. Wednesdays, I'm on the Humpty Dump from 7:30 until about 8:15 when I come back over here to host this lovely show, Going Rogue, with my brethren and our guests. M. Dastardly, thank you again, brother. I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Oh man, I was really honored that you'd invite me. Thank you so much. It was good times, man.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, sir. And Friday night, myself, Tony, and Sal will be having a guest on as its creator feature night. But he's not really doing much YouTubing right now. He's just an old friend of the channel. And we're going to bring him back. It's Commander Cody from Goober Brothers Entertainment. He'll be joining us on Friday night for Friday Night Fandom Menace Live. You can kick off your Fandom Menace Friday night right here from 7 p.m. Eastern until about 8:15 Eastern. After that, I'll be leaving and going over to Raiders of the Lost Flicks, where we'll be watching, I believe, my favorite movie, Avenging Force, this week. So, yeah, I get to see Michael Dudikoff and Steve James kill Pentangle. Well, at least one of them survives through the movie. And a cameo appearance by Kane Hodder in that movie as one of the Pentangle goons. So it's canon. Jason Voorhees is in Pentangle. I'm Etep Wakuin of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous. And what do I say at the end of every show? I say, if I don't see you, have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one.
Boom!